Chapter 3. Weeks later, Micah entered the commander's office and came to attention. "Sir, you requested my presence." The commander looked up from his desk, covered in paperwork as usual. "Yes, please be seated. Micah, I'm not going to order you to take the task I am about to describe. You can refuse, and no one will hold it against you." With these words, Micah became alert and curious. "I understand, sir. There is an operation about to be set in motion to attack deep into enemy territory. The 10 attack transports will be heavily loaded and need fighter escort. The reason you are being asked is because the normal fighter transports cannot handle the range. But Variax has the needed range along with the ability to protect the attack transports." "Sir, are you saying Variax will be the only fighter protection?" "If you accept this mission, yes. 10 attack transports means a total of 30 flight troops, and I will be their only defense." "Are the flight troops aware of this plan?" "Yes. All have volunteered to go, with the idea that it is likely a suicide mission. Command has given the mission a go. The attack is targeting a major command center, and the target is considered worth the probable loss." Micah sat staring at nothing as she considered the mission and the probable one-way trip. "Given the conditions, how can I live with myself if they go without protection?" "Yes, sir. Give me the details." The commander pushed over a package across the desk. "Liftoff will be at 0200 tomorrow. All I can say is thank you and best of luck. I will be in Central Command monitoring the mission." Micah Rose picked up the package, snapped to attention, and saluted. Making a quick about-face, she left the office. The next day, Variax rolled out of the shelter building to the center of the concrete pad. Ship engines revved up, and the ship lifted vertically into the air. Reaching 20 feet, the engines rotated, driving the ship forward. In the cockpit alone, Micah worked over the controls. "Command Central. Lightning is flying to meet the flock. Blue flock will meet up in 3 minutes." The ship gracefully shot forward until a group of less graceful transports in flight order could be seen. As the airships joined into formation, they turned east, and Micah called to the other transports. "I will be taking lead position. Crossing marker line in 3, 2, 1. Mark. Keep your eyes peeled." Micah monitored the sensors and noticed upcoming gun emplacements. Sending the information over communications link to the trailing attack transports, she began to prepare. Her hands blazed across the panels. Variax dove towards the targets. With Micah's hands blazing over the control panels, powerful beams reached out to mark positions, causing explosions. With the enemy gun positions eliminated, the flight group continued on its path as Variax resumed position in the lead of the formation. Micah continued to monitor when a warning signal erupted. Sensors showed 4 enemy fighter transports headed towards the flight group. Variax banked left and gained altitude, heading directly towards the 4 fighter transports. As the fighters set off air-to-air missiles, beams erupted from Variax, causing the missiles to explode in transit. Beams reached out to target the lead enemy fighter, causing it to explode. The other 3 fighter transports split their formation. Variax sent out another beam, taking the center fighter transport out. The last 2 transports began to increase speed and start firing their guns. Variax executed a number of rolls, dives, and hard banking turns to avoid the gunfire, issuing another beam killing to the rightmost fighter transport. During that moment, 2 missiles were launched from the last fighter towards the transport formation. With another set of quick turns and vertical loop, Variax closed in on the final fighter transport, and a beam reached out as the fighter exploded. The beam shifted, taking out the 2 missiles in transit before they reached the bomber transports. Banking hard and picking up speed, Variax again took a lead position in front of the bomber transports. A voice came over communications channel from one of the formation transports. "Glad you're on our side. beginning to feel like we might have a chance. I don't believe in suicide missions. Lightning out. This is mission leader. We still have 200 clicks to target. Cut the chatter and focus. Micah continued to monitor sensors. At the sight of new gun placements, Micah took Variacs in and continued to destroy them ahead of the bomber transports. As the formation neared the target, the gun placement density continued to increase. Gun placements for Variacs to take out, and the anti-aircraft flak begins to increase beyond what Micah can deal with. Suddenly, one of the transport bombers exploded, igniting all of its bombs. The mid-air bomber explosion caused the other 3 bombers to expand their formation. Meanwhile, Variacs continued to try and destroy the ground systems as missiles and anti-air guns continued to try and take down the small formation. This is mission leader. Prepare to make your target run. Lightning, we need you to clear the path to the target. Understand, lightning out. With the target in view, the bombers lined up single file, with Variacs in the lead. Variacs dived on the target area, trying to take out all the guns and missiles in a narrow corridor to get the bombers through as clean as possible. The center bomber was struck by a missile that made it through and falls in smoke and flames. Variacs continued to rapidly strike out with destructive force. Micah focused intensely on the control panels, but with a glance at the target, noticed what appeared to be a number of buildings with gun emplacements on the roof. But there appeared to be an unmistakable schoolyard. No children could be seen since it was still dark. With nothing that could be done other than to execute the assigned mission, Micah continued directing beams at guns and the occasional missile site. Passing over the target, Micah saw on her screen the 2 remaining bombers release their weapons. This is mission leader. All weapons released. Time to run for the border. This is mission leader. Leave me and get out of here. I'll try to make it back as best as I can. Don't wait for me. Micah called out. Stop being a hero. I'm escorting you back. Lightning out. 2 transports continued over heavy gun and missile fire, escorted by Variacs. As they near the border, an anti-air flak is slowly reduced, but suddenly hits one of the 2 transports and it catches fire and heads down. This is mission leader. I'm almost out of fuel. Can't make it back to base. My long-range radio is out and will ditch into the lake, just over the border. If you can make it back, send help. Best of luck. I will radio ahead for rescue. Lightning out. Rescue, this is Lightning. Mission leader will have to ditch in coordinates 335 by 279. Send immediate help to pick up. This is rescue. Light on its way. Out. Mission leader. Rescue is on its way. Good luck. Micah sat in Variacs, continuing to recite her tale. I will never forget that mission, especially when I returned and the commander told me the real target was a scientist spy from the destroyed Variacs Research Center. The target complex included his family, wife, husbands, and 4 children. I decided after that mission to question what targets were before accepting. I still have nightmares of the children dying in the firestorm. On a happier note, I still remember when we first came together at camp those many years ago, after I flew Variacs to our current base. Well, folks, we've reached the end of the chapter. Click the link to continue listening to the story. Also, be sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons so you never miss another story on Watcher in the Fall.